Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Justice League Warworld 2023. This is one of the new animated films from DC Comics. This film is rated R with a runtime of an hour and 29 minutes. As of the recording of this video, we have a Rotten Tomato score from the critics of 40%. We don't have an audience score, and we have a letterbox average rating of 2.5, which is quite unfortunate. We'll get into all that stuff. But let me give you a quick synopsis here. In this film, kidnapped and transported to a strange world, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman unite to form a resistance and lead the planet to freedom. Directed by Jeff Wilmaster, who has directed some of the more recent stuff like Legion of Superheroes or The Brightest Day, Green Lantern, John Stewart film. Written by Jeremy Adams, Ernie Adbacker, and Josie Campbell. Now, I'm pretty familiar with Jeremy Adams and Campbell's work on the comics, but I didn't know exactly. I mean, I think maybe they each wrote a little bit of the story. This movie's a bit of an anthology, which we'll definitely talk about that. Let me go over some of the voice cast real quick. We have Jensen Ackles as Batman, aka Bruce Wayne. We also have Darren Criss as Superman, aka Clark Kent, and of course Stana Katic as Wonder Woman. Diana Prince. We have a few more voices that I'll only tell you the actors' the names. I don't want to go into spoilers and tell you who they're voicing. We have Ike Amadi. We also have Troy Baker. We have Matt Bomer, and we have Frank Grillo, who are all pretty involved in a lot of superhero stuff. So let's get into this. Uh, when I was putting together this review, and I saw the scores from the critics and the letterbox reviews, I was not surprised. I think this movie has a lot of very interesting ideas. I think the story that it's trying to present, it just feels very disjointed and not not very well paced. So I think the concept of this was interesting, right? I think the fact that these characters are stuck in a different world, but each one of them is kind of separate. Also, the other problem that I kind of ran into is that when you call a movie Warworld, I want to see Warworld. I want to see Mongol. So this movie, unfortunately, I think it just set some expectations that it didn't fully meet, or maybe not enough. So yeah, this this movie was not very well paced. I feel like we spend a lot more time with some characters than others, and then we try to wrap up everything very quickly, but it doesn't feel like we have explained really why everything is happening. It doesn't feel like we've kind of gotten to the heart of the story. I feel like if some of the stuff up front would have been a little bit shorter and more condensed, maybe they could have spent a little bit more time building out the end to have more of an impact. I think the animation's great. Also, the character designs, the designs of the worlds. There was one character that I was not very happy about the redesign. Um, I think, and I'll just say this because I already mentioned Warworld. I don't like the redesign of Mongol. Mongol to me feels like it should be this giant, powerful, big brute, because that's the way he's always been depicted. And I know maybe they're trying to do something a little bit different. Maybe this is a different universe, of course, but it just didn't feel as menacing as somebody that that would have earned the control of the Warworld planet. So yeah, that felt a little bit. It was a little odd that would make that choice to redesign him as more of a sleek, like slender type of alien being. But on the other side, like I mentioned, I think the stories themselves that each of the characters have, I think those are pretty fun. They're pretty entertaining. You get to spend time seeing these characters like a little bit of fish out of water, but they don't know who they are, but they still know all the stuff that they can do, even if they don't know why they can do it. And the stories kind of start building a little bit of each other. It's really cool to see. Like you can see from the cover and some of the pictures that you'll see throughout the video. Wonder Woman stars out in this like this Western type of world. Batman is stuck in this like savage land of like sword and sorcery type of things, and then we have Superman, who is really cool. I think very well, and I would have loved to have seen a little bit more of this world. He's in this black and white like detective noir type of story, science fiction type of story, um, which was really interesting. Like all those three concepts by themselves, I think, are very interesting. It was just the execution of trying to tie everything back together and trying to tie everything into this war world that I I think it makes sense the way that it's been set up. I just did not feel fully satisfied by it. I don't know. There was just, like I said, I think if we had spent a little bit more time, or maybe dropping in a few clues earlier, maybe that would have been. It felt a little bit more earned. But yeah, overall, this movie I think was just, it was okay. It's not my favorite from DC. DC has, like, they are known for having some really quality stuff. I think for more of the modern stuff, it almost feels like they have a really good one, and then they have a movie that's just okay, and they kind of go back and forth, and I think that's fine. I think I do love seeing these adaptations come to the screen. I was able to watch this on HBO Max because it's finally hit. It finally hit there. So yeah, I don't know. They are, it feels like they're building something again, but they're not giving you a lot of clues towards it, which is weird because I feel like the animated films, you either have to do them fully standalone, or you have to be very clear about that, the fact that you're building something. I don't think you can have it like half and half. You can't go, you can't go half in about that. You have to like lean in one way or another, because otherwise, I think comic book fans are going to be a little bit disappointed, or they're going to feel cheated. But yeah, there you have it. That's the review for Justice League War World. Unfortunate that it's not my favorite film, because I think it had a lot of potential there. Really good ideas. So if you have watched this film, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.